Hello, everyone. Welcome to the bonfire, and here is Andy. And this is January 19, year 2021. Well, in Havashol it is much more. It's 2053, I think. In the game that we're going to play, this is Disco Elysium, party number 4. And I'm now choosing between going with investigation stage 4 or party 4. I don't know, because it's kind of disco, so it sounded interesting to call this parties, not parts, not episodes, but exactly parties. At the same time, that's a criminal case, actually plenty of criminal cases, so investigation is what I'm doing here in this game, so maybe I should go with investigation stage 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I'll be thinking about that. And we again are enjoying the beautiful, absolutely astonishing background of the game, of the main menu. And yep, I think I have to load the game now at, well, quick save or the point where we jumped already. Let's try with this this final moment of our yesterday's playthrough. And I also wanted to tell you a funny situation that today I went to art lessons, to my art lesson in the afternoon, and my teacher there, hearing my hello, asked me what had happened with my voice. And I was like, well, I guess if you hear some kind of coarse sound or some kind of raspy, I don't know, tones, then probably it's because I'd been streaming and reading everything I meet in this game, which I think is still quite enjoyable. It's interesting practice for me, and I think it's also about the immersion, like the immersiveness of what we're doing here. And yeah, for example, when I watch some games on YouTube, I very much lament when streamers just skip books and other in-world materials, because I appreciate so much the lore, the efforts that are invested by each game design studio. For example, even if I take Dota 2, I use it as educational background, as an educational instrument. I use heroes' biographies and their responses as sources of incredible language of C1, C2 levels. And well, for those of you who don't know, I'm an English teacher. So yeah, I just read the biography with my students and tell them give them the responses that each hero has. And in these responses we very often find some idiomatic language and some phrasal verbs and funny references and pronunciation patterns, tenses, conventional language, non-conventional language. And thanks to the fact that usually this hero has a biography, and only after we've acquainted ourselves with this biography, we go to responses, we are in the context, and that helps people remember and connect the puzzle, and so associations stay in their heads. And I find this just incredible, and so I'm planning actually to create a course on Dota. And what I'm saying is that hopefully there are other people like me who enjoy this in-game content, and they'll find my way of playing meaningful and interesting. So let's proceed. and see what it says. Collecting rainwater. Pretty obvious. This lamp is too far to explore, so let's instead go along this bridge to this part. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts, and numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. Seems like I was here. Inland Empire says, numerous empty wine bottles glisten in the rain. Someone partied really hard here. Wait, how hard? Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. Must have been pretty hard. Did I do this? 5 experience points gained. Kim says, well... The lieutenant looks at you and then the bottles. Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Well, this is really sad. I must have been miserable. Yes, the lieutenant agrees. This scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on. He turns to leave. Right. Windows. What's this booth? Night Watchman's booth. This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Rene Arnaud. Endurance says, you need to rest, your body is aching. Getting in here has taken something out of you. Have a seat. Let's have a seat. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Let's breathe deep. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. Search for a little something to help you out. The drawers are empty save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers that are slightly out of date. Kim, would you mind if I help myself to some meds? The lieutenant shrugs. I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective. Let's read the side effects. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophecy disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to l'opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Maybe this was a bad idea. Well, let's take the painkillers. Now I have 4. You take the painkillers. They are yours now. Get up. You stand and exit the booth. Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside. Let's search the booth. If you must. The lieutenant looks around, but please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There is a framed photograph on the table. Let's have a look. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out on a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabiner uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera. Empathy says, the young man looks happy as hell. He's about to smile right after this moment frozen in time. You're sure of that. Why did it take that? Lieutenant asks, glancing at the photo. I'm making an artistic photo collage, Kim. Something about this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing. Fine, he nods. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here. So we cannot proceed with anything. Apparently not. So, well, what next? Wait, there is a thought. All around you, great machines in quiescence. Right. The game just won't say they're calm and quiet. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Actually, it's pretty decent design, you know. If this is meant to be trees, then it is very decent. Now, lights. Composite eye of halogen lights watches you, emitting a low buzz. And this says... Can I read it? Not from here. So, what am I doing here? Can I get anywhere else from here? Oh, 80 cents. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Qualcent. Qualcent means Whale Fjord, Arden. Didn't really help me with anything, unfortunately. I don't get what I was supposed to learn with that. Is it money? Ooh, more money. But I'm still very far away from 180 and 30. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Ooh. Oil and rust mixed. Well, maybe it does feel like blood to some extent. I agree. We need to have this pry bar to open the box, apparently. So let's take it. And flashlight, just in case. Items. Photo of a happy couple. Now, what else? What else? We need to put on a jacket. Rcm Patrol Cloak. We haven't tried the description yet. Esprit de Corps. Taking back the streets and shivers know thy neighborhood. A police cloak made from heavy tarpaulin. It would be nigh wind and waterproof if there weren't 3 bullet holes scattered on the surface. The signature white rectangle of the RCM covers the garment's back. So in comparison to our previous Disco-ass blazer, it was only 1 bonus. But now we have +2 shivers, and shivers is I think we need to actually read the descriptions like we were recommended during our streams. Phone Ultra Series gloves. Half-light. I don't remember what half-light gives. To threaten people. And let's read the description. For ultimate performance efficiency, these Phone Ultra Series gives some gloves Series gloves come fingerless and with a grippy padding covering the palms, making these ideal for quadrupedal movement or for lifting cargo. I like how they look, but I think my electrochemistry are better for now. This speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Well, it's nice that nobody sees us now. Hopefully. What's this? Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Some money. We are nearing 10 real. And we have 10 real and 2 cents. Container. What a song. Banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Hey man, what's up?
Container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
That doesn't rhyme, you know. Easy Leo, his name is. Conceptualization. The lyrics to this Container song have been made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice he is Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund, sick on Monday.
Container, used to be Walpines. Container, now belongs to Everett.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work that he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Everett, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
He smiles. The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an asshole for no apparent reason. I understand that.
I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mom had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors. Thank you for clarifying that, sir, says Kim. What are you doing with the containers? Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. He waves at the containers towering behind him. I can go with logic. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. Success. What? Failure? Ah, so that's how it works. Like my base and to. Hey, Elder. Good luck with Mr. Everard today. Well, I hope I can get to him because we still have this information about skill sets to read. I haven't done that yet. And nice to see you, man. Welcome. I just failed the 97% check. 97% check. I failed. It's impossible. But now I'm learning the mechanics. So logic is 6, right? 6. And then I throw the dice, and I can have 2 by 1 and 1, and well, it equals 8, and so that explains the luck. 87%. Yeah. Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder. Wow, red is so much prettier than drabbled green. Sure is, mister, sure is. Leo looks around merrily. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. King Kitsuragi says, I hate to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they're replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means the strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon. Where is everyone? The harbor is empty. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. He leans in with a confidential look. We are on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now. So, no one is working. Not everyone is down there, of course. He chuckles. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is, and Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. He pauses to think. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble, and Everard sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles and leans closer. Him and his boys stirred something up in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everard telling them to take some time off. Suggestion: don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow. Really? Did they kill someone? No, I don't think they killed anyone. The little guy shies away from you. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. Don't want to get them in trouble. little drinking. He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him? Do you work here? Yes, everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Belek. Oh, almost Nico Bellic, but Belek. But everyone calls me Leo. This little man raises his hand in welcoming gesture. I like Mr. Everard's right-hand man when... Sorry, I am like Mr. Everard's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right hand when Mr. Everard's away, he chuckles. Actually, Miss Before is the right-hand man, but she is a lady. A good-hearted chuckle again. Who is this Miss Before? The lieutenant looks up at Leo. A real pretty lady with a skin like those doing soccer. Candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle once the dinner is gone and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There is so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Volition says, stay on this Miss Before topic. Hold on. Who is this Miss Before you mentioned? Well, okay, let's compliment him for the sake of the conversation. Let's be a bit assholish. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo. Lieutenant smiles at the little man. Well, thanks a lot. Coming for you means a lot, really. Didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here, but you guys are alright. The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day. So let's come back to this pretty lady. Hold on. Who is this Miss Before you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie. She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everard put her through some fancy school and everything east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back she was all fancy and lawyerly. He respects that word, that's obvious. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. For a fraction of a second, there is sadness in his eyes, says empathy. He goes on. If my missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has. He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. Well, I wanted to say something very, very... there is such a movement, antinatalists, who are against childbirth, and I wanted to say something slightly in this direction, but I won't because it's kinda might be misinterpreted. So Everard trained a lawyer named Miss Before. Interesting. I think you're doing a good job. Yeah. What is in that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm. Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He is an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. He coughs, then continues immediately. Guys like Mr. Everett, Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys, made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Patience, deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do. That's volition. Don't interrupt. Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Leo lets out a little chuckle. Her real name was Miss Bellams, but she was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, yeah, I was about to make a joke about this bellows, he starts laughing. All the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. He winks at you. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did. Yes, we did, mister. He looks for signs of disbelief in your eyes. Okay, don't say nothing. Anything. He keeps nodding and looking at you with a smile that's too sincere to be clever. Finally, he seems to lose some internal struggle and adds, Them was naked too. That's all I got to say about that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing. Thank you, mister. Ha! Almost forgot. Mr. Everett is usually in that container over there. Leo points to his left. He already left for today. He never stays after 22. Came off. Bye-bye now. He returns to his work. Well, such people like Leo are... Well, how to put it? The harbingers of imminent destruction apocalypse, when there is a really malicious ruler or manager. Such people pave the road in front of this ruler because they have no willpower, no brain to say no, to question things, to just think even. Oh my god. So what's this container? Another location. So, is this where Mr. Everard is found? A stair made of pellets leading up? What's this? Coffee table. Large table with two huge vacuum insulated thermal coffee dispensers, I guess. Someone has forgotten a small plastic cart next to the stacks of cups. Challenging success for Inland Empire. Peer into a discarded coffee cup. Yeah, let's look into one of the old coffee cups. You see nothing exceptional. It's a dirty cup, smudged brown, with old ground coffee stuck to the bottom, slowly getting moldy. And what am I supposed to see here? Look closer. If you squint your eyes enough, the coffee grounds almost seem to make up two letters, F and K. It's a clue. A clue of what? A clue about the person behind all the murders. Logic. Yeah, of course, it's certainly not just an example of pareidolia. Noticing patterns and noise. Worth it. What's this pareidolia? I want to check now. Is it a word or is it in-game language? No, I think I read it wrong. Pareidolia. Pareidolia, I think it is. If it was supposed to be French, well, there is a word. What? Okay, let's try French. Does it exist in French? Yeah, it does. So, pareidolia, I think it is. Pareidolia. It's a visual illusion of some imaginary, fantastic nature. So it's like an illusion. That's what's supposed to mean. Alright. So pareidolia. Noticing patterns in noise. Worth it. It's meaningful, I swear. You just wait. I've got the case nearly busted wide open, says Inland Empire. It is a sign, just like a remote viewer would operate. Signs hidden inside the mundane. Let's go for it. You got it, pal. I would never make such a thing up. Pick up the card. So you snatch up the red plastic cart. It features a black contour of a crane lifting a container. The name Etienne Hogarth is written in the middle. Below it, in smaller text, member of the board. It comes with a magnetic strip meant to open electronic doors. We found some card to open doors. Excellent. But what door, I wonder? And where is it? Tools? No. Clothes? No. Items? No. Interact? It's keys section. Okay. I saw there was a thought in his circle, but now it disappeared. Why is that? There was definitely... Come back, please. Very strange direction of movement. Hell. There was a thought in his head. I definitely saw it. Where is it now? Okay. Next time, maybe. There is a fish. A taxidermy fish that tells time. So that's what's ticking. There is a table. The desk has been cleaned out for the night. A smart man doesn't leave any incriminating documents behind. Well, it depends on what you qualify as incriminating documents. I'm sure if we looked through all the documents here, we definitely would find something. Why did I have autosave? Is it because I'm going to meet somebody on my way back? I don't like it. I don't like it. This autosave. I have a hunch something nasty is going to happen now. Have I checked everything? Should I have more perception? Can I... No, I cannot do anything about perception. I only have gloves, but no glasses. I wish I found glasses. I probably need them. So, do we see anything? Maybe close up? Can I go there? No, I cannot. Some boxes, money. Cannot steal money. 100 reals? No? Fine, let's leave the place then and see where to move next. Okay, nobody is attacking us, strangely, but cannot complain. That's very nice that nothing like that is happening. Oh, the shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Okay, got here. Now, is it the place where I descend? Seems like that. There is a control panel to interact with. Crane control panel. A rusting control panel is with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Elysium and Etienne are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Elysium on, Etienne off. On. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. Right. We're going to get our brain blown away for that, I guess. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. Quiet? That was quiet. That I think, like, this crane was built with a purpose which has now been fulfilled. To move this container. What's inside the container? Who can say? All we know is special. I can't see how this was worth the ruckus. He looks at the crate, except for seeing the crane in action, which, I admit, was satisfying. Let's leave. So, can we now open the container? Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Kim, I think there is something about this container. You do, because I don't. What? Why not? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? Maybe there is contraband in there? Lieutenant considers this for a moment. There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We're not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss. I'll open the door. You attempt to turn the handle, no avail. The door seems to be mechanically locked. To your left, the Lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Well, let's knock. Again. And again. Another conundrum. What am I supposed to do now? What if I press on that hand, guys? Doesn't return to its original position, doesn't move at all. Let's press on here. No screech of metal when you push the button this time, only silence as the crane remains in its state of dormancy. Interesting, so we broke it. Not only used it, but also broke it. How exciting. So where do you go from here? Downstairs I cannot go. I cannot descend here. I cannot jump. Did I have a thought here? No, it was just something else. Maybe he knows how to open the container.
Oh, hey, mister! I need to be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larisse said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
Leo, in the future, can we keep this greeting shorter? Or I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble. No trouble at all, mister, no trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing. Well, apparently not wisdom, but some bullshit. You might think I'm quite aggressive towards him. Not more than I would be aggressive towards a cat. The same usefulness. How do I get to these doors? Oh, I think I missed something. A box. But how do I go there? I guess... Well, I see so many bottles in my way. So what's this? Another location, pretty full of stuff. Let's have a sip. to begin with. So this is the way back. This is a phone, a punch clock pay phone. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a pay phone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike, use change later. This is the radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. I see. This is a standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Or sentient. I think both are acceptable. Postcard Le Jardin 21. Don't remember how to say it in Spanish. 21. Something like... Ooh. No, I've forgotten completely. So, what's inside this drawer? File cabinet. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. Kim says, it's unfortunate for the union to just leave the paperwork lying around like this. Let's see what's inside, he thinks. Open the drawer. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Let's browse. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Hevashol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grat, and even Lilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Hevashol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Volition. Oh, I know these percentages, so I'll save my game and try success. Okay. Whatever is hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. Look at the note. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled. Turn to the lieutenant. Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Ehart. Everett Clare, probably, the head of the Debardier Union. He inspects the note. Leo must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. The special borscht seems a bit odd on the list. Let's take another look at the note. Special whirling borscht. It's interesting that they mentioned this Russian, Ukrainian soup, borscht. Actually, the spelling in Russian is much more simple than in English. The drawer slides shut smoothly. There are some boxes or containers. Magnesium. Have a lot of hidden now. And neat office shades. Glasses. So we gain visual calculus and we lose 1 drama point. These were stuffed away in the Dock Workers Union office. They are perfect for scribbling down paperwork when the sun tries to get in your eye. Good for staring down suspects too. That's very good, but I wanted perception increase. Okay, now there are 2 more things to inspect. This is a David typewriter. The model name is on the back, and one more thing, every worker and member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, the union logo and demand democracy. And we haven't used the phone. Now let's do it. 10 cents. What a robbery. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Interfacing. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Ooh. Interfacing. We need yellow gardening gloves. So, what's gonna be our chances? 17. Of course, it's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Useful patterns? Undoubtedly no. I'll try it again. I need to increase my interfacing, which is logical, of course. Too bad, too bad. But I shouldn't wish for some better outcome with 17% chance. It's almost impossible in this game. I mean, I just failed with 97%, so with with 17 it's just a joke. Oh, I just opened this door. So that means I can now pass. Okay. Okay. But could I enter this door previously? I think I tried, right? Maybe I didn't. No, I probably tried. Maybe it was locked. Now it's open. And now the question is, where do I sleep? And let's have a chat, another one, with this wonderful entity standing here.
Last we saw, your race was being superseded by the Semini.
Situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man. Need to talk to your boss.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
What?
Bring your troops to the Simenon Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are done, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. It would enrich you rhetorically. I'm so shocked that I cannot even talk anymore. Rhetorically. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Semini supremacist myself? Well, yes. Why don't you want to be a Semini supremacist? So what if you're not Semini? You can be anything. Subscribe to his advanced race theory. Isn't Evhard, the union boss, white? Know anything about this mug? What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Well, let's first ask about his boss. Don't be vulgar. Should I imitate his speech? There's an option for Hobokov, a bench south from Whirling Rex, Team Forum says at least. Yes, but unfortunately the game told me that while Kim is standing next to me, I cannot relax, so I have to wait until our business is finished, I guess, which I don't know when finishes. I mean, yeah, Kim is still with me, doesn't want to go anywhere. So let me try to read this with his pronunciation. Don't know. I cannot do this. I'll try to copy his but that's it. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Authority. There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor in your life? Mr. Clark is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. I'm no communist. Of course you are, Revasholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you the roots of its defeat. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? He leans closer. Degenerate youth, culture, rock and roll music. I said I'm not a communist. I don't know who I am, but that's one thing I know. And youth culture doesn't affect my thinking. Yeah, this one. Of course this does. Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel, a pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Semene race. I don't know. I'm trying to imitate. Okay, I'll ask. Who are these Semene? The South Island race. Haplog Group A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites. I think it's probably French word, so is it Areopagite of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago, millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Hevashol. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbur are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Semene women walk in the grey mass on Isle de Fantôme, waiting on Immaculate Conception from the Pale. So you did not come from the islands? No, he cranes his head. I have heard about it on the radio. He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women. That suggestion. So you're not really Simini, you're just from Hevashol. I am from Koron. He changes tactics. And no, it is not just in Hevashol. This city is central to the Semene strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our psychogenic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor. I'm afraid time won't go until you go to sleep. Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, I'm now in limbo, in never-ending investigation case, which is totally fine with me. I mean, imagine if if time had been going, that would be like morning already, and probably my character would have collapsed already due to fatigue. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. That will be the... It says conceptualization. How do you know there will be a next racist? Or I like the previous racist better actually, and that will be our lucky racist. Well, comparing between these two, I don't know who is worse. The previous racist was just a kind of basic moron, and this one is superior moron, who is also theorizing and intending to eliminate the whole race. So I think this one is worse. So I like the previous racist better. He seems surprised at your choice of racist, but then slowly nods. You got me. That is understandable. The previous racist was probably an Occidental and did not prove a real adversary. These cops are just jealous, Jean-Luc, says Measurehead's babe. Know anything about this mug? Show him the mug. He doesn't so much as glance at the object. Know anything about it? Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it. There's drama. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. He gestures toward the lorryman down the street. There is nobody there. It's night. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grit on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. Visual calculus. Drawings are precise and look true to their pseudoscientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the psychogenetic tree. Oh, it's a phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be smaller. Are you sure? The jaw is clearly an atavistic stigmata. That atavistic stigmata makes... Let's skip this. Babe, thanks. The tattoos on his stone face briefly form a smile. But I got this. You have him off guard now. He is preoccupied with this situation with his woman. Let's try something else. Let's say nothing. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years there is a need for a servile homunculus. Hi, what's up? Well, it's fine, thank you. We are exploring at 2 o'clock at night, and how are you doing?
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
I wanted to try this
Your race
conceptualization.
descent
I
has
got
only
you, man. I
worsened
got you.
since I last saw you.
Yeah.
You have really let yourself go.
I wanted to try to subscribe to his advanced race theory. Ask what kind of races are the first. Classification is core to this stuff. Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there. Do you? Lieutenant looks at you. Whisper. This is what I think. Lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh. You are obviously a liberal Zeolite, the man tells him. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are three categories of... That's very difficult. French when you don't speak French. Oh, there are three, and also probably French people must hate me now. I mean, guys, I'm sorry. It's just I'm trying to voice act, and that's like in no way is it meant as an offense or insult. It's just I'm trying to impersonate. And I don't know why they chose French exactly. If they chose Russian, I would be so good at imitation because I am Russian. But there are three categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races, and the vile CF race called one of... Which one do you need education on? That's what I would like to condemn, what this paragraph says, but I mean, I'm just clarify things, and I'm talking about this with him only out of curiosity for my character development, and I also want to know what other nonsense his box he calls his head has. Type A. Those are the Semine, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Mon, of course. The Mon are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A preceding genetic pool has led the Mon on reprehensible street parades in Mon cities like Stars Canal and Bredefort. I've met this before. Bredefort. In Pillars of Eternity? Was there Bredefort? Wearing wooden crocs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats. Wait, who exactly the Mon? You know them by the names of their nation-states, the Honjes, the Gottwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Mon. Mon is a derogative term for the first world people of Gottwaldian descent. They not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the U, are much more lactose intolerant. The wooden clogs, though. In some municipalities of Orange, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats. The Mon are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant sub-race whom no one can take seriously. Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, anyway? The Vespertines and Messians and of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteor by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Surzin of Suralachref, and even the Noch Königsteiners, all have type race propensities. All these geographical names mixed with French pronunciation, that's invariable. The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. Who? They are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. He draws his finger across his face. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat based food, which in turn only produces more sebum. Who are the Semine and Areopagites in this? As proven by the Mon and the Mask, Occidental type is an Type A is in retrograde. The Semine and the Areopagite are on the ascent. And the Semine are the indigenous people of the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminoles inhabit the southern islands. He gestures toward the south across the ocean. I am Semine from the stock of Ulunbulu on Isle de Fantôme. And the Areopagites? The Areopagites, I don't remember how he said that honestly, are the master race of the Ilmahan deserts. The Seminoles are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ilmaha to Insulin the thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Mon-Riden Occidentals discovered this place. Wait, didn't Ilmaran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago? Let's ask this. No. Those were Scimitar billionaire race losers of Sawa, Yusut and Bashir, with their Imi servants, but big difference they are. I'm going to read this like that because that's just I don't know. I'm probably annoying you with this. So big difference. The Areopagites were fasting and conquering while this happened. He never penetrated at the western dunes. Also, he is annoying me. John, baby, you're on fire. The young woman looks adorably. I know, babe. What's the difference between the Semine and the Areopagites? Continue receiving wisdom. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed, and Semines are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor uncharged since the super isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery. Then he continues. Latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Arpagite or Semipagite super race. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world. Nature was not capable of more. Type B. Type B are the unheroic races. Amorphous, non-competitors of the great race, the Kochkos and the Vacholiers. They are mud-colored people. This is impossible to read out loud because like so many names which were invented for the game, I have no freaking idea how to read this. Visual calculus. The Kochkos of Grad, Yugos, whatever, are what you call white officer in a suspect description. You said Kochkos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions. Yes, to an untrained eye, the Kochko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich, but look into their eyes and you will see, he squints full of sage wisdom, they are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin, healthy, muddy, and Asian. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking al-ghul and smoking that generate or eating potato. What's wrong with potato? I love potato. How dare you? The Kochko, the countless micronationalities of Grad are all inexplicably obsessed with potad. You can be measurehead in film adaptation if there ever comes one. Oh, come on, man. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. I hate him. I mean, I hate him. I don't know who I hate more, the Kuno kid or this one. Well, at least Kuno was harmless. I mean, he wasn't trying to eliminate races. This one stands here and is arrogant enough to claim that some nonsensical race of his is some kind of supreme, and he is throwing absurdities at me, like names and countless micronationalities of Grad are all inexplicably obsessed with potad. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba. Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates? And you don't like the ethnostates. They are microscopic. The Semino-Arpagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted from Holy Semine to the boreal plateau of Katla. Look at these names. Clearus will be the genetic epitome of the Semine and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base, inert spoilage called demos. What demos? And the Vacoliers you mentioned? Hevasholians, halfway between Type A and the racial cauldron. Too mixed to know right from wrong, you tried your generate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet. Probably he only knows like 1 or 2 years of history, that's why he says so. Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off. Exactly. That's, well... Go wasted political thoughts. What was this revolution? I'm pretty sure it has to... I don't know. Let's go with the last one. The revolution came to Revachol. Achievement unlocked. What achievement? The world's most laughable centrist. Defend the political center. Oh. Oh. I told last stream, I have a friend who is very very good at politics, and he always calls me centrist. Like, Andy, you're a centrist. Like you I don't know what that means. Actually, I'm not that good at politics, and then the game arrives at the point to call me a centrist. Well, of course, I'm not alone here. I mean, I imagine like millions of players, or how many this game has, also turned out to be this of this affinity, but still it's kind of... I'm going to tell him, definitely. So the revolution came to Revachol from Grad, and Sarah reading potato carp. He definitely has something for potato. It is literally an illness, a pion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes, a soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucinations, and paranoia. I have a headache from him already. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, hereditary I'm still slipping into his way of speaking. A hereditary prime condition passed from the Kochko to the Occidentals. He paused in theoretic self-reflection, but not sexually, probably through trait roots and potato acid, the component of the potato plant. Is it starch? You can make kisel if you use starch. Enough of type B mediocrity, he nods, satisfied with the outcome. Okay, the... I hate this language. Typed CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me. Chimeric experiments? Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and Semene man, only possible if the mother is masked and the father is Semene. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. He looks west ruefully. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair. Logic. It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring. Maybe I have misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile... Aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring? You are right, you have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenic education. The sage will not budge on this. Then there is, he pauses dramatically, the Semena Kojic Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of this Semena Kojic Chimera? It's not an aesthetic site. Yes? The Kochko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Semene with the Kochko to produce a super worker of Semene strength and Grad civility. This will never happen. The Semene and the Kochko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We'll never know precisely. No Semene man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Kochko woman. There is a strange sadness in his tone, a less than heroic melancholy at this time. You seem kinda blue about this, Measurehead. The heart that pumps the hemoglobin is mysterious, and so is its dark will, he answers enigmatically. Enough of these personal matters. Have you been educated to all the resotypes now? He doesn't seem angry, nor does the woman look affected. She just twirls her hair. Perhaps they've been through this and established an accord? Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory? You understand nothing. To solve the... Well, I think I'm going to read this with his intonation, because he stopped using these endless names, and I can come back to kinda imitation. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. How do I word the mystery? You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity doesn't come instantly. Let's discuss something else. I cannot possibly imagine that what else we have to discuss. Type B, Revasolian, your love for disco music and venereal disease. No more funky race classification, thank you. That was pretty much horrendous, I must say. Do I have any skill points to unlock thought? No, I don't. Advanced race theory. Actually, have I read the descriptions for my... No, I think I haven't. Je m'avoue. Reva shows special administrative region, the Le Calio. I hate this word because I don't know how to pronounce it. Le Calu, the Insulindian Ocean, Coalition Government, Insulindian Mission Command, name after name, and none of them is familiar. Exactly. They seem real, but something is wrong. If everything is wrong. You feel like a kid, yes, looking at stickers on the fridge. Truvan, the Apricot Company, World Games 34. Oh, very neat observation. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts. The one you truly must complete. Okay. Kingdom of Conscience. Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? They are the ideals of Coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys I signal blue, and they are not only good, they are also powerful. What will it be like once the Neon's plans have been realized? And this race theory. A mass of fantastic races swirls in your head. Desert pygmies playing with their own excrement. Kochkos juggling potatoes. Examiner reading, moans, grinning and dancing on wooden clothes. Everyone is there, the whole race gang, plus some that you may have come up with yourself. The thievings upkeep and the zeolite cast of fortunates hatching some kind of scheme. In the eye of this race Empyrean, a vertigo reaching up the heavens, you sense something drawing nearer. Well, that's another bullshit conversation. I mean, we learned that races are not very consistent. They never are, they never have been, never will be, because the world is different, people are different, and mostly unpredictable, and it's definitely not for one impudent, arrogant asshole to puzzle the whole picture up. To like, I don't know, to draw all the connections, to somehow crack the universal riddle. No, not for this freak standing there. and that's why I said that this lorry driver that was standing here is a kind of more harmless, less harmful racist, because at least he doesn't try to spread his nonsensical beliefs, and not only to, he doesn't only how to say, like, he doesn't spread it, and he doesn't make an air that he is right and others are wrong and like have to listen to him because he is the only one who understands the system, and also combines it with being kind of beefy and authoritative, and well, that's just awful. That what was his name? Measurehead is just an incarnation of xenophobic horror. I thought I got this card so I could probably beep it here. Can I not? We have this Deberdieu Union card. Where can I use it? Maybe Kuno has something for us, but I'm so reluctant to talk to Kuno, but I have to.
Fuck, does Kuno okay?
Yeah, exactly, why not? Kuno, I found your shack. Yeah? Did you F in there? What was with the pig head? Oh, that! He picks a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. We're trying to send me a message of some sort. Kuno's eyes light up. Yeah, to the both of you. Watch your ass in Kuno's town or Kuno's gonna F your head off. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno's Shazam. Kuno rides the effing lightning there, pig. Bet you'd like to ride lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have the sparkle in your eyes. What's with the tube of magnesium, Kuno? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was. You could use some. It's magnesium, right? Yes, it's the mag. You effing need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a MF, and you could use a barrel. Don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno. I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. Or, come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it. He looks at you, eyes bulging. You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your... I think we have nothing to talk about with Kuno. At least I'm not enjoying this and don't want to come back. Wonder if I'll have to. How do I get here, I wonder? So, what haven't I done? Have this card. Where can we use it? What kind of door? Have a well, what are the quests? Maybe we should talk to Kim. Kim, do you have something to say? About the case? Nothing. Nothing. About you? Nothing. Seem to be following me. Well, didn't work. Let's come back to the place we just came from and Let's see if we can do something. I don't know. Lockpick. Let's go upstairs. Most people settle for bed after 9 o'clock or not long after. At night the streets are emptier. By 2 o'clock everyone's asleep. Yeah, exactly at the time when we are playing. How wonderful. So, this is where we began exploration because Kuna's shack led us there. So, how do I get here? Or here? I don't know. Do we have any doors around? No. What is going on? I imagine there is no... Well, maybe I can open this this container with this card. Is it possible? Open the door. Mechanically locked. Okay, I get it. But if it is mechanically locked, how to open it? And I don't know. What to do next. Probably we need to get to this location and maybe it will give us some more clues. I'm pretty much stuck. Probably you know what to do, but having been a person who loves spoilers and kind of taken marvel at streamers who ask their viewers not to spoil games. Now I have to admit that actually I don't want to get spoiled now, so you know what I have to do. Let me suffer for some time. I will try to locate the way out of the dead end I've let myself into, and I'm having troubles with my character that he never wants to run, only wants to walk, and so I have to double click all the time, which is quite annoying, I must say. But oh, whoa. What's that? Whoa! What have we here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rotten-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Whatever let death come, have I stolen badass? Kim, it looks like we've got the construction code violation. Yeah? Lieutenant looks around. True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Havashow looks better though. But Lieutenant, think about the splinters. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. He adjusts his glasses. Shall we? So we crossed this bridge several times. Not all in. I guess it's okay. So this door here. What's that? Must be another way into the building. Yeah, sure, there must be another way to the building, but how do I find this way? How do I climb? Huh? And there was a box. I remember there was a box. Here. Or was it not this place? I don't understand. No, it was this place. And what's this? Closed. Everything is closed. How? Am I being delirious? I mean, when I was... I don't get it. So I was there. Ah, so it's somewhere even further away. Can I walk? Is it a tunnel? Is it? No, it's not a tunnel. Ooh, okay. Can I, like, well, this door doesn't open to me.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting in the police.
This is the police.
Everyone knows the police.
I'm not
don't
joking.
know. I'll go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police. Madame, I assure you, we are.
What? Maybe... Can we click on that bench maybe and sleep? Maybe Kim will let us? This time, after we've done everything we could have done. Because I don't know what else I can do, like, at night when nobody's around. Kim, will you let me sleep on this bench, please? Here. Can I? The worn-beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comfortable. No, they're not... No! I want to sleep, it's 2 o'clock at night. Kim, what's wrong with you? Take your Kenema... Capri Kenema and go away. I'll just rest. Something to sell. I don't want to sell your stuff. I don't. I can withstand it. I'll sleep on the bench only if you go. Finally. Maybe the only option is to sell those wheel spinners. Well, that's just so... Apparently there is a way out. Probably. Oh, look at that. Nobody's around. Like, nobody at all. Oh. What's that? Can I get into the kitchen? There is a marker there. Hey man. Gacht, how is it?
Can I help you?
No, apparently not. Let's go upstairs. Maybe we'll find something there. So, hey lady. It's, I think, the 4th time we've tried to get inside. Now, my room is also locked. Excellent. The second door? No, doesn't work. Oh, how terrible. And where is the ladder that leads to the 3rd floor? Maybe it's on the balcony, because there is also the 3rd floor. Yeah, like there, but apparently it's not. Like, how do I get there? How? Gust of briny wind washes over you. I don't care. I want to get to the 3rd floor. How? Hate it. This is so. And this doom of RPG games, isometric RPG games. Save load, save load, save load, save load all the time. And loading screens, loading screens, loading screens. Equip a plastic bag, collect bottles. I wanted to, but even that drunkard has left. Oh, no, there are 2 more people. at this time. How interesting. The game said that they should be sleeping. And what I also don't like is that there isn't a map. Oh, there is. Map information incomplete. Acquire a copy of the city map. Rcm. Where? Alright. Let's read the item that we found. This laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river. A little more than a decade after the war, the eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. Maybe we can call our colleagues again to the station. What if something new has happened? Yeah. So radio. Connect me to the 41st again. Just a moment, officer. Some personal issues. Wait, before you say anything stupid, think it through. What's there to think about? You're going to be looking at a straight jacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he is there alone. But I've had this conversation already. 10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. The radio operator inquires again. I wanted to know if you got my badge's description right on your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth? Or, hold on, are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. That's negative, sir. I got a 10-12. Who is just present here? Over. Have I ever told you about my life before the Rcm? 10-4. Well, that's a... Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work? He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the Rcm. For God's sake, cut this shit out. Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change. Sir, Satellite Officer Wekimar says... I heard him. So, was there anything else? I wanted to know if you got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth. What? What is it? He is still on the line. He wants to verify the information on his badge. But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force. Tell him to stop wasting time. I do want to know my name. What's wrong? I'm looking for my address. I don't know where I live. 10-4, your address? Hold up, Jules. He doesn't fucking know where he lives. Did I hear that right? Seems like it, sir. No. Fuck him. Don't tell him anything. You understand? He's been hellbound for the gutter. Let him have it. Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over. Please refer to me with my full name in the future. 10-9. Repeat message. I didn't get that. Over. Didn't get this. Sir. Over. Stop calling me sir and just use my real goddamn name, will ya? Oh. What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us? He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name. Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new. What? Wrap it up. Don't indulge him in his drunken antics. Any news about my family? 10, excuse me, sir? Over. You probably don't want to continue on this road, says Inland Empire. I just thought you might have heard of them, that's all. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over. So, let's try again with the name. Say my name. Sir, I'll not have you talk to me in this manner. Over. Please just say my name, Jules. Didn't work. Okay, they're totally unhelpful. Let's finish it. Radio? Please, could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me? Sure, officer. What's the number and the make of the armor, if you know it? E50 100 1000. The make and model of the armors is Fairweather T500/VE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. Encyclopedia says, the International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an interstellar law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem alongside APIS and the coalition government. Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number? No, I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else? I'm going to save the game and talk to our friend Kim. What about our case? Don't you think that's all for today, huh? No? No? Okay, let's see the quests. Race Enigma, the Gem Mystery, Joyce's info on the Lichen, clothes in the trash, into the Union boss, the victim's tattoos, rest of the armor, secret passages, track down your gun, badge, Union box, pay for damages, call, end of day debrief with Kim. Ah, on the balcony. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's go back to the balcony. And there we might have a debrief. Calling it a day. That probably might be the solution for my predicament of not being let go to sleep. Horrible. It's funny that we're still let in the building, because I thought the manager would just kick us out and that's it. Need to do something behind, sneak out after he's gone. So let's talk to Kim on the balcony. I want to talk about you. Tell me about the case. No. So, seem to be following me. Case alone. Don't need to supervise. Me time. Sounds good. About you. Secret about yourself. Ask again. Scream for help. Do you ever talk about yourself? Old school. He's written. Wait. End of day debrief with Kim. Kim can answer any lingering questions you may have about the case and the Rcm. Join him on the Whirling in Rags balcony after 22 o'clock, when you're calling it a day. So, I am here. Tell me about the case again. Would you say it's a mysterious case? Why not? Very mysterious. Okay, less challenging. I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the Union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case. So this is a strike or an attempted coup. Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it. You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form. I'm curious about this brigand. Is it another French one? Maybe it's brigandage. I need to change languages back to English. Definitely French because it gave me translation. So it's brigandage. Wouldn't have guessed. Brigandage. French. Should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. Okay, we should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. With a little foreknowledge, I'm unsure which side to grind into pig's feed. The decision must ferment in me. Also nationalism. I don't think grounding one of the or the other side into pig's feed will do anyone favors. I'm really smart. I've spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig feed. Why? Politics is habit forming and hazardous. It's also relevant to police work. You are right to doubt the impulse. It might be detrimental to our task here. From an imaginary fan. Says conceptualization. Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Can we go through preliminary info again? Yeah. 3 days ago, why didn't we know anything about the color? I still don't understand anything. Okay, well, we're police officers. It's our job to find the killers. That's what I intend to do. You should try to... can we go through this again? Mega cool, I've heard enough. So the task should run the number of the victim's armor. Call Alice back in a day for info on the armor. Right. Great, but it's still 2 o'clock. I mean, why doesn't the game progress? Maybe we're not on the balcony. Like, the door wasn't balcony. Maybe this is balcony now. Kim, tell me, what is a balcony to you? Maybe now? I don't understand. Should fill my report. What? Personal affairs. What's wrong with personal affairs? Let's see. So what I should concentrate on. Fine. Okay, forget it. About you. Conclude. Following me. Observation. Let's go. Nothing. Whoa. After 10 o'clock. Pay for damages. Ah, Kim.
Yes?
How can I call it a day? Can I cancel a quest? Can I, like, there are some pluses here. Nothing. Monday, any interactables. Paying for rent triggers the conversation, I guess. Well, I haven't begged for money in this game. Not a single time. And, like, robbing Kim of his savings. Not savings, but confiscated stuff. Feels wrong. I mean, there must be some way out of this situation. There just has to be. I don't just get it. Maybe we should ask that woman for money, but that's not better. And that is also like, I want to sleep on the bench like a cool Hobocop. What's like, why cannot I? Have I skipped something? Have I missed an important piece of the puzzle? What have I done wrong? Don't understand. I've been to this, well, maybe that freaking hellish doesn't open. Have this plastic cart which is just completely useless because it doesn't open anything. No. Okay, I got you. Even the gardener has disappeared. This peaceful music, which is totally irrelevant. Yeah, too much pride in me. I agree, but well. Look in the window. Leave. Has to be some location I skipped, maybe. No? This monument. This lady. No doors here. Hey, lady. Something changed? Snap fingers.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Okay, snap.
Where am I? Who are you?
Oh! Okay. Like a magician recalling the subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality. The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the very aspect of a cornered beast. I was actually hoping you could tell me that. Or, are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws, and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you be then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the
Mefke.
sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boydero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro.
So it's Methka. Methka. Alright.
Until you come along, that is.
Who is Gabriel Buenguerra?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
Shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame. A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick and what? And his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. I think that's the correct order. This man's got a hold over her. Even 50 years later, you can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of the cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up. Quite interesting accent. In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind. So, I take it you were in math when you were young.
Someone was.
She nods as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Her meaning was? Someone? Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not?
She gets gruff suddenly.
They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
What is she talking about? Empathy. She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from the strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away like a tidal wave approaching. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow and she appears to take your measure.
While you people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Methke, it was a golden age.
Ah, Methke. Okay, Methke. The Republic of Methke is a massive confederation on the Isle of Mundi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petro-state, constitutional monarchy, and is of recently an outcast due to its tilt to the far right. Right, I have some other questions for you, police questions.
Why not, Herife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos and knickknacks line the dashboard. There is something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow. Show me the soles of your boots. Now, what do you want with old woman's boots, Harife? Please, help me out there, it's important. Please? She raises her boot, slowly with contempt. I think you should let me get back to the Gabriel Bungero. You are no Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't say please. She's wearing sturdy worker's boots made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather. Now, the other one, please. Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man. There is no aberration in the pattern that you can see. She puts her foot down. Moreover, the boots were size 31, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocent Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago. Wait, what do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro? It was, she shrugs, and then it was no more. And I was longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in rail. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another horrific came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. Don't remember. Composure says. As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines. Turn to Kim. She is not the old soul. These are not the boots that made the prince. He takes a quick note. I could have told you that from just looking at them. Her size is 37. The feet of a little girl, she smiles. They fit well on the pedals. What are you hauling? Diamonds? Really? Of course not, she says, grinning. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Okay, but what are you really hauling? She shrugs. Whatever stupid things they put in my lorry. In the lorry, I imagine. So, you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago, she smiles a careless smile. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. What if the cargo is contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest, lock me away like bad hand Hermenegilda. Hermenegilda. Bad hand Hermenegilda's bad hand strangle 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people. I still don't really understand this whole Boyadero Gabriel Bungero thing. Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain. A boyadero, boa for short, is a cow herder from upstream Magritte, at the great steppes of northern Methke. He is a rugged individualist and explorer. Okay, what's that? It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. I'm guessing that doesn't happen. Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Magritte, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. Drama. In the background you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes. I think I see where this is going. So the boyardero strangles his beloved and throws her body into the Magritte. Then he rides off because the Western Plains is calling to him. That's a terrible son. You have to understand, the true boyardero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyardero. Boyardero so means moron. What if to truly love a boyardero is to float lifeless downstream? Seems like that. Terrible. So, before I came you seemed away. She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things. So he doesn't think she's the smuggler, says logic. You hear that, lawman? Don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Wait, why is that, Lieutenant? Nothing, I just don't think she's connected to anything. Drama. He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case, but connected to this woman tuning out like that. Should you drive a lorry if you get like that? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communers around. I drive routes no one else will. What routes? Lomonosov's land. Lomonosov's land. Удачная земля. What's this Russian language here? Not routes, but they actually exist. Both versions exist. She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge. The Trans-Catla Magistral U-41A, as Estradas do Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly. She opens her eyes again and shudders. I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself. Yeah, I am. She looks you over and scoffs. You're right, lawman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. Is that all you woke me up to say? You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. What do I need drugs for, lawman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Adversary? Yes, there is a protagonista. She gestures to the intersection. And an adversarial. I am on the side of the adversary. There is no coming back from that hole. Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. That's not really what I was getting at. Then what were you getting at? This line of question is going nowhere. Try harder, says authority. In drama says, maybe if she thought you're corrupt. What is it that you're hauling exactly? You're mad, lawman. What of it? Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B? Her shoulders bones crack as she shrugs. Maybe, probably not, makes no difference to me either way. You said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs? Just this month I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad on the U-41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, lawman? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. It's diamonds, lawman. Obviously, she grins. I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? Don't care about that. Diamonds are good for you, lawman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Shores. You had to guess, what do you think is smuggling drugs? Who do you think is smuggling drugs around here? Easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. She squints across the square. Also, he's the only one I can see from here. That's correct. There's no visibility of any of the others. Okay, not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here? Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the features of the world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Oh, I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains. Think we're done here, no? He closes his notebook and stress it. Thank you for now. Yes, go. Enough, jamboree. I need to get back to Methke. Your voice trails off. Well, that was another rubbish conversation.
No, man. You caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Kim, maybe it's enough?
Yes?
Apparently not. Oh my god. These didn't lead to anything. And it's still 2 o'clock. There's no movement anywhere. Maybe he'll let me sleep now. Anything here? Well, there is a pawn shop. This I remember. Cannot run anywhere from here. Maybe some overview will help? No, definitely not. Going to pawn shop. So better sign down, butter sign down. Oh, whoa, 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 what's that? Perception site. A crumpled billboard reading Samaritan butter soaks in the canal. 2 ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. What is Samaritan butter? Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaritan terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste. Okay, let's reconstruct. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. Wow. Look at the crater. Side slip marks indicate that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers per hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the rooftop, to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke, the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samaritan butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently, within the past 72 hours. And look at the opposite bank. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. What was the model of this phantom vehicle? There are 2 good candidates, the Capri 40 and the Linear G22. Why the Capri 40? It's about the right size and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on the motor carriage. The Capri 40 is a very popular model with bank clerks, top and pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers, dressed as cops, undressed strippers. Why the linear G22? Very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive the jump. The linear G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer design team probably thought about for too long. So what now? Now I'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. Blink. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. Great, but can I go there? Oh, we can talk to Kim now. Yes.
Any theories about what happened here?
I think someone was in a real hurry. Probably that was that guy who was escaping justice. What kind of car do you think it was? The Nia G22? He seems impressed. That's quite likely from what I can tell. I have some ideas about who it might have been. He raises his eyebrows. Oh? It was someone dangerous. Perhaps this is somehow connected to the murder. Traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we're not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder? But it is about murder! Should bring the driver to justice. Take the task. If we must. More tasks. I'm not expecting him to get far with this. Lieutenant consoles himself. What the hell? Kim, why is so disrespectful? Now, what next? Right, this is not going to work. We can talk to the pawn shopkeeper, because apparently he must know something about the car jumping on his roof. Hey man.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yeah, do you know anything about the traffic menace on the loose? Traffic? I'm sorry, sir, but I don't drive. Wait, why don't you drive? Just don't like it very much. Movement on the road never really gelled with the movement of my thoughts. But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof? Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise on the other night, some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on. That sure narrows down our list of suspects. A vortex sounds fascinating. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something. Okay, let's repeat this conversation. Continue. Does that mean you don't have any idea who the driver was? He shakes his head slowly. To hell with you then. You're so nice a shopkeeper, not caring about your shop at all. Right, I think I'm at this stage where I have explored everything in this city, because I just cannot understand what I can do else, like what other options I have. Well, this box I have talked to already. I don't want to kick it, but I can try to. Maybe there is something to fly from there. Ah. There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe hurts now. Damaged health. Excellent. Great. You really showed that mail collection box, says the lieutenant. He doesn't actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the poor box. He's leaning into to inspect the layers of graffiti that deface it. You're being sarcastic. I get it was actually a dick move. Lieutenant pats the box ever so slightly. Dodge the bullet there. He must see the box as the weaker of the two and use a bully, something he doesn't stand for. Let's pat the box too. We did it previously, but let's do it again. So I just spent one healing option. That's unacceptable. Don't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. So yeah, I learned this pronunciation already. Terrible. Why does fog of war always dawn on the city each time I load the game? It's quite terrible. Can we talk to this man? Hey, talk to me, you drunkard. Can I jump on the ice? No, I cannot. Maybe let's go talk to Joyce again. I don't know what for. Can I go? No, I cannot. Joyce, maybe I can sleep in your, like, boat somehow.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
No, you cannot help me. I don't want to beg for money. Somehow I can get to that like top part of the city, but I don't see where. Must be another way into the building. Maybe I can use the tools, the chain cutters. Can I use the chain cutters? No. I got you. Maybe I can use chain cutters here. No. It's very, very puzzling. I'm slowly going insane. Why is nobody answering? So, Kim, do you want to go away already? No? It's empty. Radio. Well, let's call Sylvie. Yes, hello. It's the police again. Oh, great. She doesn't sound thrilled. What else do you need, detective? Sorry, nothing. Nothing else. Maybe Lazarus? Hey. I've been bad and I want someone to abuse me. Oh, it's you. No one killed that sort of thing over in Jamrock, but I wouldn't want to inflict you upon her. Best of luck, detective. How did you know it was me? Didn't, but now I do. How is the drinking going? I'm trying really hard not to. Great. Have a medal. Have an autopsy to attend to. An autopsy of one Chester McLean who died of fish poisoning. I'm not dead, it just hurts, okay? Right? Nothing to do here. Close the door. So, I think we have exercised all possible options. Because I don't imagine what else can be done. Well, I'll try one more last thing. I'll go to that metal box and try my cutters. Maybe they will help me open the container somehow. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but maybe it will. And this way, I'll get there. You see, you wait and see. I'll get there. Measure hand. Press space to stop. Why would I stop? What should I press to run without stops? Can I call someone again? No. Alright. And I haven't even read the skill descriptions. I don't think I'll be able to do it today, because I'm not in my voice capacity anymore. Oh, look, this box here, you see? You see? How do I get there? What's this system? So, here is like where the body was, right? Then there is the second floor. And then, so I cannot jump here, right? Can I go there? I cannot. Okay, got here. I got here. So with cutters. Knock on the door. Mechanically locked. But I have the cutters. Chain cutters are with me. Open them. Open the doors. Mechanically locked. So there is something to be used to open this freaking box. This freaking container. Must be somehow opened. Hey, you, Leo. Tell me.
Oh, hey, mister. I need to be back to talk with Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larisse said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they reckon to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
Shut up. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners? Oh yes, he replies excitedly. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I also forgot about the borscht. And what was that about the borscht? Oh yeah, I've been taking special whirlwind borscht to the man every day since the strike started. Little guy chuckles merrily. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. He shakes his head with a wide smile. I'm hungry. Feel like I could take on Mr. Renaudin's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. What do you mean by taking this soup to the man? Is it for striking? Yes, I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Hold up, who makes it at the whirling? Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana is in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Something is off about this borscht. I'm going to look into it. Another task. Congratulations, guys. Another freaking task. Which I imagine cannot solve because it's night. But I can talk to the manager. Probably he knows something about this freaking borscht. And I mean, who would be suspicious about borscht? Well, I am suspicious too, because that chef was suspicious. Well, at least we have something to do now. Okay, run, Rudolph. Is there some way to the boat? No? Some leather? No. Okay. Well, the good thing is that now that we have been stuck in in a dead-end situation, we are sure that we have conducted a very proper exploration of the city surroundings. Like, we are sure that we know everything that could be possibly known, well, almost, with some exceptions due to poor skills numbers. Like, for example, this phone I couldn't call using my mechanical memory. I didn't use the wall that is interactable, but I cannot do anything about it because I have low skill parameter. Still, everything else is pretty much explored, and also I have a bunch of quests to be solving, and they are all kinda, well, under... Please run already. What's wrong with you? Now he runs all the time. Seriously? Wait. The hell is happening? Why now he constantly runs? Before that he constantly walked. And how to interpret this mystery? No idea. That's not a quest. Thankfully it's not in my journal. So, Gacht, I have questions about your borscht. You don't... Please...
Can I help you?
Okay, I give up. Kim, we are selling your freaking confiscated stuff. Because it's just unbearable. Nothing just wants to interact. Nothing wants to move forward. And there is no clue, like... Any clue? Hooligan, like... Where is the clue? What if I don't want to be this kind of scavenger? What if I don't want to... Don't want to take them. Don't. We have to. Okay, the game hints by that, I think. Okay, take the spinners. What next? Pawn shop, I guess? What's the price? Where are they? 200 hells. The meanest looking pair of cutters... What cutters? The magnificent hubcap spinners that Lieutenant Kitsuragi has donated to you so that you can pay for your room at the Urlin. They are slate blue and shimmer haughtily in the light. We've robbed the poor Kim to... Really sorry, but that's the only option after time hits 2 AM. To bag or to sell. So it was me being too slow. I see. Well, I was reading everything, but maybe it's not that I was reading, because if the time is not naturally happening, then it's just me being stupid.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Let's sell. Yes, I'd like to sell these hubcaps. Lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners. Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop. He marvels at the cobalt shimmer and nods. Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a Methke banger? No matter, I'll give you 200 real. No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure. The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash. Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. He takes the cash, turns to you, gives me not 200 but 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it. Let's go get some booze. But all the shops are closed. The rest goes in his pocket. The rest is for him to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. The windfall is a small consolation. Anything else you are thinking of selling? Both the lieutenant and the pawnbroker turn to you. I'd like to sell postcard. I never sell artifacts. Sell my clothes? Ah, of course he doesn't. He doesn't want to buy clothes. Right, so let's go pay for our room. It's such a pathetic situation for us. Hobocop. Is that a Hobocop? No, it's a freaking... I don't know how to call him. Miserable policeman. Not a Hobocop, because he failed to sleep on the bench at night. Having... How many jackets we have in our inventory? 3? 3 jackets. It's enough to sleep. Thing I'm going to tell is not intended as a joke. When I was in Cape Town, about was maybe 10 or 15 degrees above zero, sometimes 5, and homeless people would sleep in the street, cuddling under blankets. Yeah, several blankets. And they were like, imagine a simple street of your city, downtown, like Mira Street in Krasnoyarsk, and you just round the corner and there's a person sleeping on asphalt, on pavement, sometimes on asphalt, just a gray pile of blankets, face out, head out. Sometimes they were smiling, probably the only time they were smiling in life, in that life that they were doomed to have. So, what I'm saying is, when you have 1, 2, 3 jackets and 2 shirts, trousers and shoes, you definitely can sleep in the street, if it is not freezing. Also can try light up a bonfire, because you're a policeman, nobody's going to fine you for that. You cannot fine yourself, right? So, yeah.
Can I help you?
About the money. Have your money. He glares at you suspiciously. Well, I can slam the bills down on the counter. Hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. And just neutral phrase. Well, I have to say sorry for the trouble. Experience. Woohoo! Level up. Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance, starting tomorrow. He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you are not angry with him. He takes out his keychain and fiddles with the mechanism behind the counter. Electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 21 tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance. Starting tomorrow, 20 real per night. He opens his wallet. I'll take a room here too. No, please, Kim, go away. No, please. I want to sleep on the bench. I want to spend 200 real on booze and... Now Kim is dooming me to decent behavior. Of course, he takes the money and hands him a keyring. Always happy to have officers from the Rcm as guests. Haha, you say, yeah. Anything else I can do for you? Nothing, you... So I have 1 level. I can spend it on another thought. for advanced race theory. Or I can finally start developing my skills. Huh? What shall it be? Why cannot I improve physique or motorics? It's strange. It's very strange. I can improve skills, but not the whole base. Well, it's kind of too powerful, yeah. Like, to improve the whole base, it's like +1 to each skill, while one level up is only one skill up. So... it makes sense. But... well, how many thoughts I have here? A lot, right? I cannot spend skill points only on thoughts, because there are, well, roughly more than 40. And that's like 40 level ups. And that means that all my skills will be neglected until, what, the end of the game? I don't know. It's pretty much strange. I don't know what to do in this situation. But I have a place to sleep now. And Kim, that's your room, I guess. But can I call it a day now? I think now it's the time we can call it a day. Probably now, this time, it has to work, this mission. After we got ourselves a room, as Elder said. Please work now. So, we are on the balcony. Kim, can we... where is this freaking option? White mail. What is a crossword? Alright, your condition... never mind. All I mean to say is that we have a puzzle on our hands, but not all the pieces. So again, this is not working. Maybe the balcony of the world in rags was supposed to be the balcony inside, not outside. Maybe I should go to my room first. Maybe. I don't know. It's a mystery. So maybe it should...
Yes?
No, doesn't. Okay, let's open the door. Maybe I'm being too hasty. Okay. This is the door to the room you redecorated. Good night, Lieutenant. No!
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier,
yes.
I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation.
Finally.
Let's go out to the balcony.
Are you kidding me? It's not broken. I'm broken now. The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. You've been silent for freaking 3 hours of my playthrough. He listens to the traffic hum. What traffic? There is no traffic.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation,
Who
first
shot?
and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim. Have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. Something of a ritual. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes? How did you get so cool, Kim? The light of his cigarette illuminates a fleeting smile. You mean this? He flicks the ash. This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will. And unhealthy. keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Do you have my cigarettes? I apologize, but I only brought one with me. Greedy. Have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes. Yes, so go back to your room, but I forgot, you haven't even entered, so all your cigarettes are with you. All your cigarettes are with you. Maybe it's that he doesn't want to share anything else, he just gave us 130 reals. Right then, the debrief. Yeah, he pulls on the cigarette. It's been a long and eventful day. How do you think today went? We performed a thorough initial inspection of the victim's body, so that's good. One could say it's the main thing to do in a murder. Then you shot the body down, which was, he pauses, searching for the right word, quite the shot. I just can't wait to shoot more shit. I think I was born in the gun with my hands, and I was inspired by a confidence in me, Kim. And it was nothing really. I was just doing my job, and the first one is too big-headed, so I'll go with kind of complimenting him. I admit, I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Your shot enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. Wait, imagine that if we had waited until the night, maybe it wasn't possible, like the time wouldn't have been just ticking, but I'm just taking this into consideration. So if we hadn't done that before the night, and then I at night missed the shot, and then we would have had to come back to the world in rags and sleep and then perform the autopsy next day. I don't know if it is possible, but probably. I still feel like we missed something. I will show you. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 quests we missed, man, because you didn't want to cooperate. I still feel like we missed something, but it's up to the boys in processing now. We did perform a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean, he takes a deep drag and looks at the city. That's my fault. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is in our line of work. The initial interviews, yes, well, we talked to some people. I wish we didn't have to do any of the interviews. People are treacherous. No, communication is cool. I'm glad we can agree on that at least. We didn't get to meet Everard Clare, but we did get into the harbor. It will be easier to reach him tomorrow, yes? We tried to interview the Wild Pines rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. He purses his lips. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to go to get her to talk to us. If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important, says Rhetoric. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? No, it's like I'm a real person and don't want to walk. Don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. Training for a long-distance run. That's how we roll in Precinct. That's how we roll. Yes, that's part of Jamrock Shuffle. I don't know why I do the things I do. It not Kitsuragi. In life, I do run quite fast. Not run. I run quite shittily, but walk. I do walk really quickly. And that's like the situation when you try to overtake people and get annoyed when you cannot. And I think I also kind of look like not insane, but like a person who is hurrying all the time and kind of throwing up this fuss. And not throwing up, but not throwing up, definitely. Just kind of, well, creating this situation of fuss. And I think that's the reason why I was beaten by a dog just a month ago, because the dog thought I was just kind of moving dangerously quickly, and she didn't like me. There was a pack of them, and probably they took kind of... They were local stray dogs, but they still... That one dog still thought I was the source of menace. So, I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, and the rest has to try to keep up. He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette. It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those heels. He has been smoking for how many minutes? Like 10 already? It's impossible, he's too slow. He looks at your snakeskin shoes, I don't like them too, and smiles suddenly. Nice shoes. No, they're not nice, they're crocodile skin. Poor crocodile. Don't you feel any sympathy? I like the green, goes with the orange. You mad? So what are your powers exactly, like the Rcm? They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Havashol citizens militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. 1,000? Why not more? The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We're not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Havashol. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse? Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request recourse from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. He frowns. It undermines trust in the RCM. Okay, what else? We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone indirectly, it's preferable to serve as station call sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have few legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. Authority. When power calls you, you come, but power itself is a fragile trick of perception. Yeah, that makes sense. I see, and if someone resists? As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty? You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use a little force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. What happens to the people we convict? We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Coron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. He taps on his coat pocket, and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. He taps on his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. And it's the coalition government that makes all these rules. And the moral in turn more broadly, but yes. His gaze is absently fixed on the window below. That just went dark. The Moral Intern, what is it? The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. He pulls on his cigarette. You know who they are. They run this place after the revolution failed. If I didn't know, how would you describe them? They are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, APIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day, says Rhetoric. What is their symbol? Interesting question. It's a blue Ford Forget-Me-Not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that. Something kind and usual, conceptualization says. Logic says something almost self-explanatory, and Inland Empire says something ominous. Who was Dolores Day? Historical figure? The historic figure, the author of the modern age, he thinks. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. What do you think of them? The moral in turn are, in fact... The moral in turn are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And he looks at the city below. It doesn't look like that it's about to happen. It's more than that. There is some kind of affection in him, says Empathy. You like the moral intern? Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky, he quotes. They're not all that bad. Conceptualization says that's another leitmotif associated with moralism. But the years have changed, Ned. I don't know what I believe in now. He thinks, then changes his mind. No, I believe in the Rcm. That's enough for me. Have an opinion on the moral intern? Do you? The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Heva show. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights. Martyrs silently. Immigrants, liberal kids, men are turning into women. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Where is anything positive? Well, maybe the first one is kinda positive. In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Maybe we should make our own law. Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop, but hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes, at least the Union thinks so. Expect our job here to prove quite challenging. He looks at the roundabout. Well, say nothing, just look into the night. The dying lights of the city shimmer below, slowly like luminous clouds. They pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. Esprit de corps. Visual calculus. An aerostatic passes overhead. The whiskers of its flood lights on the ground below. Lieutenant Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky, two glowing circles. Finally he pulls on the cigarette and says, "They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno, it's different inland. In Jamrock and GRIH. Why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. And in Jamrock and the GRIH?" He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky and says, "We run this city. West of the river is Rcm land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are..." He shakes his head. "But we are in control and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate." Esprit de corps. Night. Captain Ptolemy Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead, the sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on the other side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Perdition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Empathy says, "Thanks, kid," he thinks. He's grateful. "I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here, at least do some good." "Me too," he says quietly, "but I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes." "Thank you for this, Kitsuragi. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go." He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. So this is his door, I imagine. Right? I can't even interact with it. Interesting. "See you in the morning." "Yeah? See you." "Go already." "Bye. Thank you. Leave me alone." Woohoo! Bench! Bench! Run, run! I'll sleep on the bench. Yeah. Kitsuragi, sorry, finally left us.
Can I help you?
No. Nothing new. Bench. I think I can sleep on the bench now. Or I can try to interact with his Kupri Kinima in his absence. Wait. There was a car here. Where is his car? Kitsuragi, your car was stolen. You should be shocked now. Oh my god. And I'm also curious what Kuno will say now that I'm alone. And it's still 2 o'clock at night. It kind of feels wrong, you know? Well, I'm going to talk about that later.
Fuck, does Kuno okay?
What was that about running you on errand and illegal narcotics, Kuno? Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. His eyes bulge, the veins reach out like tree branches. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door, streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty Papa Man at it. Okay. Dirty Papa Man is you. He nods at the building behind him. In there is Kuno's violent dad, on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half the speed. Who is your dad, Kuno? Kuno's dad is a fucking monster, he says proudly. He is the most violent man in Hevashal. Doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too. Are you sure you can take the most violent man in Hevashal, in your condition? How much material are we talking about? Like half, he says very confidently. Half of what? Baggy, but like in this vial. This half a gram, sir. Half a gram, yeah. The confidence is unwavering. Half a G. Want it or not? But that's not very much material at all. If you're talking about half a G, this shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it. You can barely see it because there is barely any. I've made up my mind, Kuno, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to confiscate it? Sure, he wins to you. Confiscate it for Kuno, and you can have half. Kuno's violent dad got Kuno's key, so you need to F your way in there. Go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gym gets you in. Then that's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room number 12 and kick down the door. Police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent F-head. So you need to go to the pier side, and that's it. He concludes. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit. Have more questions. Discuss the body. Where is the rest of his armor? How come? The fuck Jim had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's effing mutant. A mutant. Remember how he looked? Effing growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. He drills his temples with his fingers in some strange aggressive gesture. He doesn't give a shit about the freak armor. Kino threw that shit away. What do you mean you threw it away? Kino tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kick-off on the imaginary helmet. Kino kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That means nothing to Kino. You threw it in the sea. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kino, he repeats. Kino doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kino's a effing monk. You wanna F on someone about that armor? Go off the moustached Union. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. What do you mean, troubadour? Yeah. You know that jolly Union somebody came around talking about cows or some... I won't go. I won't read this. This is just bullshit. That's the terrible language. It's distressing. It's awful. Yes, you met him at the gates. The one that is with the boots and the jolly smile. You mean Maniana? Yes, he's the one you want to talk to. He is... Pretend like he likes... Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? And you're just telling me this out of kindness of your heart, Kuno? Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you. Still seems suspicious. He may have it in for the guy, or you may be paranoid. That's also a possibility, sire. There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that? What is contusion? He says you're stupid. No, I'm not saying this. A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse. Oh, did Kuna make your... Another bullshit story. Crime scene. How did they get there? Kuna doesn't know about that. I need to know. Listen, listen. Your size, good price, 500 hell. What's so great about these pens? Fallen modelers, Mirova, scientists. You need this. They'll also make you into an idiot. Let's talk about it later. As you can see, Kino nods towards the fence. Kino and C don't trust you, can't do business without trust. There's more to this distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now. The leather. There is a mug. Yes, sees where it's going. Send you. Saying doesn't know. So there is nothing. You want to buy 15, only 15. Plus 1 savoir-faire and physical instrument. Okay. At least, we have exercised all the speaking options with Kuno, finally. That was, I think, the end of our interaction with him. Well, with one exception, we also need to buy his pants. Why? Because, well, they're not very expensive, only 15 coins, and that's like not much. Can you run, please? Freaking slowpoke. Ah, run. Do you understand? Run. This is horrible. They have to enable this. Do they have this in the control? No. You cannot control anything. You can just click randomly. So, hopefully he will run now. Without interruptions. You would ask why I'm not sleeping. That's because finally Kim left me and I can do my stuff without being interrupted. Let's knock again. Hey. Knock again, I said.
Stop banging on the door. It don't matter. The police. No, I'll go check the backyard door. Maybe someone will stop banging. It don't matter. The
Police.
No, I already go check the backyard door.
So, having talked to Kuno doesn't help this story to develop. Maybe it's not the door that he mentioned. Maybe it was this door. What if... No, it's not this door, unfortunately. Okay, maybe this lady has something to tell us?
Trying to sneak up on me again?
Okay. That was very informative. Very informative. Well, the last thing we can do is to try the couch. The bench, I mean, which is exactly like a couch. Maybe this man is going to talk to us now? Without Kim? No, unfortunately. So then the bench will be the last thing to do before I go to my bedroom. It's the dead of night. Now is not the time for sitting but for sleeping. It's time to find a bed. What the hell? I'm a hobocop. I'm supposed to sleep on this bench. Why? Why is this game so cruel to me? I wanted to impersonate a glorious, romantic hobocop. By the way, once upon a time, long ago, in my life, yeah, it was mine, I spent a night on a bench. Well, I wasn't alone, I was with my ex. We were 17, and we were not sleeping, we were just sitting there talking, which was fun. And quite cold, yes, but that was very romantic. So, yeah, why not? I mean, why just like I have to sit on the bench? I can lie on that bench? What's wrong with that? And this door here, it's between the rooms, right? Or that's the door to the upper room, to the upper floor. Could be. Anyway, is there anything more to interact with? No. Okay, this... My god, this is not a bed. It's something... Well... before we press this button crawl in, I wanted to say that this was an amazing day, but I don't like these mechanics with the clock, because I don't know, it's just... I would have preferred if they were like ticking, but much more slowly, and all the time. Not only when I had conversations, but all the time, because this turn-based clock is what? Turn-based clock? No, I don't think I mean, it makes sense for the quest lines developing, and I mean, it makes sense, but still, it's so like I feel like Piper from the Charmed series froze time, and it makes me kind of. I feel like I'm lurking in limbo, like the world doesn't exist, and not everything is stopped. And when I was on the balcony, I was supposed to be feeling this kind of, evening atmosphere when you have just finished your day and you're contemplating the surroundings and you're reflecting on what has happened to you and your partner. But what I was feeling was, okay, I had spent like 6 artificial hours which weren't even reflected on the clock, and that totally spoiled the whole atmosphere. Like, I wasn't actually feeling that I finished the day. I felt like I had finished maybe 3 days already, or maybe not finished one at all yet, because I was in limbo, and I'm still in limbo. Like, it's 2 o'clock still, 2 o'clock, while the first half of my playthrough contributed to maybe half of the day or more. So I don't get it. It's not what I can really tune to, It's, well, at least for now. Maybe it was the first day, but when I began playing, I remember my sensation that I was so interested in this mode. Like, the clock was ticking. I loved that made me kind of force my actions forward, that made me develop the action and not procrastinate about my actions and quests, because I understood that the time was not really benevolent towards me. And I don't really appreciate the games that put you on a timer. I don't like this, yes, but still, it was exciting in a way that it gave me a challenge. It pushed me outside my comfort zone. Not many games do that forcefully, like games where you can change the difficulty, you can always make yourself comfortable. Here, you change nothing. The game just plays it as it is. Like, you cannot tweak the difficulty level or hit points amounts and so on and so forth. You cannot. It's not an option like in Vampire Bloodlines the Masquerade, for example. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be challenged heavily by the clock. Now I discovered that I could be just forever lurking in the city during the first day. Nothing would have happened anytime soon. So that is pretty much nonsensical, but this is the only disadvantage I can talk about. Pretty major disadvantage, pretty solid and obvious. But on the other hand, everything else has been just majestic and fabulous and just fascinating. The game is, of course, more than awesome, more than, like, I mean, yeah, it's been such a pleasure so far. So let's crawl in our bed. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sagged beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. How relatable. Why? Maybe it's the bed's fault? Check the pillow. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Check the blanket. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your bed, your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Inland Empire. Under your thrumming eyelids you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. Well, one mistake to make if you have a condition of insomnia is to go to bed unprepared. Like, at least this is what I know from my experience. Like, you have to take a shower, you have to change bed linen to make it kind of aesthetically pleasant to pacify your mind, because insomnia is very often the aftermath of your indisciplined disarray of actions, and so the more chaos you put into your life, the more likely the insomnia is. And so if you want to at least eliminate a couple of options, then you make your bed and organize it, and then you wash yourself properly, meticulously, and that will kind of tick several checkboxes in your brain and increase your chances to sleep. Now our character has made 2 mistakes here. Roll over to the other side. Won't help. It's a little better. Color scenes and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Yeah, part of you is still trying to solve this case. Haha, isn't it? Who killed him? Who? No more thoughts. Fall asleep now. Your breathing steadies, a great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming. Is it a dream? What the hell? No, not Kuno again. Ooh, disco! No, I want to first see what's in other locations. But I apparently cannot go to other locations. Okay. Thank you, game, because you just saved my viewers and me from exploring another terra incognita. Oh, this is me. This is me. How beautiful. I want to screenshot this.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. Is it a reference to Planescape Torment again? He appeared in the mortuary, first quest. That's what I definitely feel very positive about in this game. So my favorite game, I think the most impactful game in my life was Planescape Torment. That's why the tattoo. And so I think I was quite stricken by the fact that you start the game in a mortuary, climbing from the blood-stained platform surrounded by zombies and skeletons, no, only zombies, and Dustman, and there is a flying skull who talks to you, and you're kind of surrounded by horror, but you still feel that this horror is only temporary, and it's also kind of sarcastic and ironic and to some extent cheerful, because the skull is cheerful and you are immortal. Here you wake up in a room which is just infested with alcoholism, and you're such a disaster, and I see some kind of parallel here, and that immediately, because I think I believe in self-destruction as a way to self-development, that really forms a powerful sense of connection to this in me. I get appealed to that. I find this very appealing. So,
you're not kidding anyone, Harry.
Harry,
you don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
I was left. I think I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Well, the proper answer would be who told you I'm a human being, or that I want to be one.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Stinky boy.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
Isolas, let's remember that, not Isolas as I read it. Isolas. Well, I'm glad it is not Ilas, because that would have been horrible, my pronunciation then. And the outer magnetosphere, burning furious truth, 8,000 years of written. So this realm has 8,000 years of written history against our 6,000. Okay.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
You don't say.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve the case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
The bed rises to meet you. That's deep. That's powerful. Ancient reptilian brain. This might be... Oh, hello, bot. Nice to see you. So, ancient reptilian brain sounds like a reference to our human evolution. Like we are talking to our subconsciousness. To our... Not to our... Well, to our civilizational id. As Carl Jung put it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like the public subconsciousness. That when we sleep, we see ourselves and... Oh, what was that? Like... Isn't it strange that when you sleep, you can see yourself from the perspective of a third person? That means that you are kind of watching you by real you. That means that there are several flows of consciousness, and one of them is yours inherently, and another one isn't, and belongs to something else or somebody's. Which is a quite interesting concept, I would say. And so, is it a reference to that? I don't know.
Something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad. This dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Limbic. Limbic. I unfortunately failed to interpret what is limbic system. I am not that good at anatomic systems, or I might suspect this is not even anatomy. So, but that's a different voice from the subconsciousness voice. So there's another type.
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
This is a good dream. I like it. Hey man. Good going, buddy. I just had the most beautiful dream. Uplifting. Rejuvenating. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night? I feel wonderful. That was such a reflection. The hell is going on with me? You're just thinking. You mean why you're so tired? I'm not tired. You have full health points, full mental points, morale. Too tired and down to even think. You're standing straight. What's wrong? It is worrying. No, it's not. It isn't. You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. Well, so he is. Yeah, that. Really, I feel super good. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. No. What is speed? The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. I'm not going to... I need to get more of it then. Detecting is my life. Wait, what is speed? Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of an holy wow you made 16 years ago with me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly, there was no wow. You were high on speed, that was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's simple. That simple. I can take this. I'm not going to do looking for speed. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days, basically a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks, maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You'll be fired. That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead. Sit yourself, slow, sad shellman. See how you do without your spark. My spark. So, this is interesting. The electrochemistry said that we were on drugs, and that probably contributed to our ability to solve cases and interact with the world. Well, there is a possibility this is true. There is a possibility it's not true. And by the way, what time is it? 7:33 in the morning. I saved the game, and I think I'll call it a stream. Not because I'm tired, not because I'm losing my voice. No, I still have it. I think I can continue. But I want to start a new day fresh-minded. I mean, new in-game day. And I want to read the descriptions to the skills. Yep, here. Next time, to start with that. So, next time will be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7:30 my city time. In 18 hours. I'll be what? I'll be streaming an interview in Russian with my colleague. That will be probably for 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and a half, maybe 3, but probably not. And then after a short break, I'll continue the game. And look at this beautiful shadow again. And let's remove the flashlight. It kind of stresses me out. I don't like it. Yeah, it's kind of unpleasant to see. Yeah. So, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate the attention. Thank you for all the messages, and hello to YouTube, I guess. And looking forward to seeing you in Party 5 or Investigation Stage 5. I will decide by then. We'll have decided by then what name to go with, which one of two. So, bye-bye, and see you very, very soon. Yeah, that's it. See you guys.